What's up, everybody? Tony Beats Guy here, back with Monster Mash. This time we're looking at Michael Myers, and we're looking at Halloween. Now, I want to talk about Halloween, the first movie, directed by John Carpenter. And if you don't know who John Carpenter is, John Carpenter has done some great films. He did Halloween, he did Escape from New York, he did Big Trouble in Little China, he did They Live starring Roddy Piper. The list goes on and on and on, but he did some great movies. The Thing, I don't know if I mentioned that one, but John Carpenter, a great director. I love John Carpenter. I think he's a great director. He did the first one, and he helped with the second one. The big thing that he is known for in the first one is that he made a low-budget independent movie. Now, he directed it, he produced it, and he even created the theme to Halloween. You know that theme song, the iconic theme song? Yes, he's the one that did that. Now, let's talk about Michael Myers. Now, when Michael Myers was 6 years old, he murdered his older sister by stabbing her with a kitchen knife. Now we go 15 years later, and he escaped from the psychiatric hospital and returns home and stalks a teenager, Laurie Strode. Michael Myers' physician, I guess if you want to call it, psychiatrist, I don't know how to say it, whatever you're going to call him, Dr. Loomis, you know Dr. Loomis, he suspects Michael's intentions, and he follows him into Haddonfield, where he tries to prevent him from killing. Now, the good thing about this was one of the first slasher movies of the 80s. Well, it was early 70s. 78 is when it came out. But anyway, it inspired the movies such as Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. It inspired those movies. But not saying it was the first one, because we all know about Psycho. But this one kind of spawned it. And the thing about it is it didn't have a lot of gore and violence like the rest of them did. But it was very good. And a little known fact that in 2006 it was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress as being critically and historically significant. So that's huge. That is huge thing. And we won't even talk about Rob Zombie's Halloween because you just can't beat the original Halloween. So, you know, you have this, blah, 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 and it comes down to the end of the movie, after he's been killing all these people, it comes down to the end where he faces off with Laurie Strode, and Laurie actually pushes him out of a window, and the movie ends. And you think he's dead, and you look out in the grass, and he's not there! Oh, no, he's not there. Where did Michael Myers go? Turns out he just disappeared. So that's how the movie ends. Now we come to Halloween number 2, and the good thing about Halloween 2 is I like this one. I really do like this one because it takes place exactly right after the first one. I know a lot of them try to do that, but this one actually is the exact same night. So, you know, Laurie goes to the hospital, and then you have Michael Myers looking for us. So, you know, you have more Michael Myers. So if you watch number 1 and number 2 back to back, it's really good. Now, this one was written by John Carpenter, but it wasn't directed by him. He did help direct it. He did some scenes, but mostly it wasn't directed by him. And, you know, you have the simple formula, blah, blah, blah. You think he's dead, and that's that. Now we get to Halloween number 3. Now, Halloween number 3 was a different idea they tried to go for. They tried to go for the idea that they wanted every Halloween to be different. You know, they wanted every Halloween they would do a new Halloween movie, and then you would have something different. And this one was called Season of the Witches, and it had nothing to do with Michael Myers, and it was a gigantic flop. So come Halloween 4, they did The Return of Michael Myers, and so on and so on and so on. They just keep with the Michael Myers. So there's that. Michael Myers is great. I love Michael Myers' character, and we will have to say that if you did not know, a little known fact, well, a lot of people might know this, but Michael Myers' mask was actually a William Shatner mask that was painted white. How awesome is that? A Michael Myers mask is actually William Shatner. I don't know what William Shatner thinks of it, but it's very interesting. Now, Michael Myers is known as walking very slow. He's wearing this one-piece suit. you can see that movies like Friday the 13th took from that with Jason. You know, he walked slow. I recommend watching Halloween. If you're going to watch Halloween 1 and 2 together. Sit down and watch it as one giant marathon. And that is that. I probably should have talked about this first, but that's it. Anyway, guys, we'll be back. Tony Pizza Guy, frag out.